Welcome, hello, Jasud. Hi. My name is Tai Kölner. I am an author, black magician, follower of the draconian path, student of the left-hand Order Dragon Rouge, and I'm an empath. And today's video is about 7 hellish divine, see the 7, because the 7 is everywhere. And I want to share with you some little private perceptions of out of my life when it comes to the number 7 as well. And I'm pretty sure you will find many links in your lives as well. So, but before I get into this, make sure to subscribe the channel if you want to stay updated. And also, if there are questions about the order, follow the link down below, ask there, because I'm not a representative of the order. I'm just a student there. So let's dive into our today's topic. It is, the number 7 is omnipresent, especially in today, because we have 7 days of a week. And in the Bible, it said God created the world within 7 days, and on the last day he did rest. And so, of course, in a society which is impacted by Christianity very hard, you find this as an omnipresent thing. But the number 7 is even present in older times. So if you, for example, got the Rig Veda, there are the Sura, and the Sura were basically demigods or gods, and there were so-called Asura and Sura, and the Sura were the beneficial deities, and the Asura were the malevolent or negative deities. But the fun aspect on that, while the Rig Veda, it was not mentioned as good or evil. It was just normal that if there is one side, there must be another side. In later point of time, the Asura became the so-called demon, and so they got a kind of 7 demon of the Rig Veda and 7 supporting deities in the Rig Veda today's. When we get for the Sumerian times, we got the Maskim, and there it is told they are evil spirits harming people and so on. But you find a great grimoire nowadays. I try to make it visible here. And I can just say, if you want to know more about here, Michael Forge is a good hint to read. I'm on my way reading it, not done yet, but I will let you know as far I got deeper into that. My current studies are about the Nag Hammadi, and also there you find 7777. And when it comes to the Gnostic time of how creating the world, you also find the 7 again. So there were 7 demiurgs created, and the 7 demiurgs are compared to the 7 archangels in a later point of time. And the most prominent on that was Xul-luX. So, and also there is not, he's a creator. He was one who did create this world, and like a creator, a constructor. But also he says, there is no God aside me. Sounds familiar? Yeah. Sounds a little bit like a Christian God. There is no God aside me. Yeah. But it is just a creator, because the material where everything came from is more like an unconscious God, an unconscious complex of existence from which all is originated. So he might be the first conscious creator, but he's not the only. He's 1 out of 7. So, and when it comes to the archangels, There is also the flip back in the Christian side, so that the seven princes of hell, what is basically the mirror to. So you got Beelzebub, you got Lucifer, etc. Um, there you can, if you're studying your material, just put a little flag in your mind for the number seven, and you will be surprised how often the number seven is popping up in different believing systems, magical systems, whatever. Not at least if you are meditating and if you are working with the chakras. So you got seven chakras in your body, which are common practiced for the enlightenment meditations, so to say, to unable to unchain your abilities and balancing your body. There is from low to the crown the chakras, but there is another, like Kabbalah and Clifford, there is another chakra wave going down as well, and that's seven too. Finally founding in Patala. But that's another topic I maybe get into at a later point, because that's no work one should do if one has no support or knowledge at all. I mean, you don't jump into a piranha pool if you don't know how to handle piranha. So, however, number seven, omnipresent. And just to underline it, I will walk through my current life by popping this number for you. And I just start with my glasses. Some of you know I'm wearing glasses normally in my free time. So if I don't wear my glasses and I gaze at you, you can be sure I'm looking right through you, because it's a natural twilight side. I I once was a farsighted, and when I was seven, I I drove with my bicycle to school, and every day when I drove to school, everything was fine. And suddenly, on on all the ways back from school home, I crashed with my bike. So okay, one could say what a stupid kid, but it was on regular base. Every day when I came from school, I crashed with my bike at that point where there was a sparring on a tree, for a tree on the driving um, path. So my mother took me to the doctor, and he checked my eyes, and he found out. I want to show you, not tell you. This is one eye seeing you, and this is the other. So to put it in words, I today got one far-sighted and one nearsighted eye. And this happened from about one day to another when I was seven. So when I was 14, I grew up in a very rough family ship, full of child abuse and so on. And when I was 14, I grabbed my sister one day to another. I grabbed my sister and I said, okay, I will not go home. Whatever you try, I will not go home. So, and they did put us out for a care family, and later on for, where the kids are during the week. And we got home at weekends, but they did not dare to raise their hands again against us. So, but that was when I was 14. And still today, I'm convinced I saved her ass. They could have been pretty much wrong back then. So, okay, and when I was 24, all you know, the World Trade Center crash, and exactly that year, I met my husband, and still my today's husband. And also, from one day to the other, I left the city I was living in and moved 100 kilometers across the country to meet him. And we met and we fell in love, and so all this happened. So, a marker, you can say, is from one moment to the other, suddenly. And on regular base, every 7 years, something is happening. So it was when I was 28. Only a few of you know that I am a mother, but my son has no physical child, not anymore. I was pregnant in 2008, and he died 2 weeks before birth, and it was hard on a border that I died too, and I even left my body several times. So it's your luck I can talk to you today. Um, but I did not want to give up, so I popped back to my body over and over again. Yeah, my son is dead since 2008, and also that happened in a very spontaneous way. You know, there is a placenta nurturing the child, and it is said if only a little thing like a coin of that size does get loose, you already got a child which is mentally and or physically blocked in any in a way. In my case, the entire mother cake did just drop down. It's like you get no air from 1 second to the other. And this is how my child died. Exactly in this rhythm of 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. It was again about 7 years later when when I was working in magical practice, when I got reconnected to him. Um, but this is I think it can be just through my practice that I got together with him, because this was no spontaneous recontacting. I cannot tell you what happened at 2015 or 2022, but there will be a time when I will understand that as well. I can just say about that Marcus I got, there is a straight line when it comes to the number 7 in my life. So I'm pretty sure there are one or two of you who did experience same regular echoes of the number 7 in their lives, or maybe it is another number. So in that case, I would say, okay, research, because numbers are no accident. Numbers are cosmic. Numbers are part of our life, parts of our history, parts of our legends. It is like metaphysical imprints. Um, Numbers are not just to calculate whatever, they are essence, structure of the universe. So this for today, and about this 7, hellish and divine, because the 7 is neither evil or good, but she's existing. And she has a hard impact on everything around her. So share your experiences if you want down below at the texts, and let me know if you have some topics you want to talk about, so I will pick them up. Have a nice weekend, and bye for now.